right, welcome back to Behind the Curtain, where we highlight the best and brightest of the local theater scene. My name is Giuliana Bruno. I am your host, and we're here in our beautiful WTEN Plus studio. Thank you so much for all of you who tune in to hear about the arts in the Capital Region and beyond. Today, I'm joined by two very special guests. We have Patrick White, founder of Harbinger Theatre. We also have Ashley Schuliger. Did I say that right?
Schuliger.
Schuliger. Oh,
it's a hard last name.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you both for coming by this morning. We are here to talk about Ladies' Day, which is very fitting because as we record this, we're heading into Belmont Stakes Racing Festival weekend. The stakes race is tomorrow. So many people have been flocking to the Spa City to take in horse racing, and that's kind of the crux of this play. I don't know much about it. So before we get into the play, what it's about, and the character that you play, Ashley, Patrick, I want to give you the floor to talk about your season so far.
Oh, thank you so much. And this is the second show of our fifth season, and that we opened with A Distant Country Called Youth, which was a one-man show of Tennessee Williams' letters from his childhood through the opening of Glass Menagerie. And you hosted the talkback for our opening night. Thank you very much. It was thrilling.
Well, and it was great. It was great to sit and watch you. It was my first time seeing you on stage. We've talked many times before, and I have to say it's a little jarring to see you without the mustache today.
I
feel like it became part of you as Tennessee Williams. That play was fabulous, and obviously now taking on a show that has more than one role in it, Ladies' Day, 4 of you to be exact. Ashley, tell me a little bit about your character.
Yes, so Shelley, she is an extrovert for sure, and she's bigger than life, and I like to think of her as a very carefree person, right? Mm-hmm. So she doesn't really think about the consequences of things. She just acts, and she goes and does stuff if she wants to, and she's a very fun character to play.
And what's the dynamic between all of these characters in Ladies' Day? Tell me a little bit about the setting. Set the scene for us.
Yes, okay, so we all work at a fish factory, all right, in Hull, England. So we've got an accent that's kind of like this, and you say things like, the snow on the road. That's how I like to do the accent. But we all work in a fish factory, and it's 2 of us older women and 2 of us younger women. But we're all very close friends, I would say. I'd like to think that Shelley doesn't really have other friends. These are her friends. And they're working in the fish factory, and the Royal Ascot has come to York that year. Usually it's not in York, but that year, I guess this is actually historical, that year they actually did come to York. So they decided, you know what, why don't we go to the Royal Ascot and watch the horse racing? And so then the rest of the play is them at the horse races.
Not unlike the Belmont racing at Saratoga.
Right.
The Royal Ascot was under repair, and they moved to York.
So did that play into the decision for Harbinger to take this show on this season, or was this kind of decided beforehand?
It was a combination of things.
Yeah.
I was applying for the rights for another show, which I love dearly, which we finally got the rights to for next season, The Welkin. Looking forward to talking to you about that.
Yep.
But I was looking for a show with a heavy female cast, and I was going through the play catalog, and I came across this 4 women and 1 man who plays all the men in the play. And it just struck me, and, the racetrack was very attractive because of, our locality. And we did a promotion last week at the Merchant Market at Sand Lake Center for the Arts, one of my favorite theaters. And as I was handing out postcards just saying, 4 women take the day off work and go to the track, everyone's reaction was like, oh, like every day.
Yeah, right. That's just another weekend around here.
Yeah, so the identification factor was very strong, and, 4 great women parts, and yeah, it was just fun. And Capital Region premiere. This is Harbinger's 20th Capital Region premiere in 4.5 years. Very proud of that. It's something you've never seen before. This play is like top 20 of community theater plays in England, done all the time, like Steel Magnolias. But we've never seen it. So it's a new play. It's a fresh story. You don't know what's going to happen. And it's really fun and interesting, all these characters and what happens to them over the course of this day.
Why is it important to you to do premieres at Harbinger?
Because we have to do something new. Obviously something is going on in the country where I think everyone would agree that we need change. And you can't change what you're thinking without changing your actions. Mm-hmm. So you need new ideas, new characters, new stories, look at things in a different way. And it's the greatest thrill. Like if you go to a children's matinee and the lights go down and the kids go, whoa! It's the greatest thing to not know what's going to happen. Right. To be, let me tell you a story.
Absolutely.
And just hang on it. So, that's where we get it from. And, we want to do new stuff.
Yeah, I felt that way when I saw A Distant Country Called Youth because I didn't know that much about Tennessee Williams. I didn't know that much about his personal life. Obviously, know a lot about the breadth of his work. But as I was watching you up there, I was piecing together, oh, okay, he mentioned that name. I remember that person. And it was fun to discover it in real time with the rest of the people sitting around me. Ashley, tell me a little bit more about your character's relationship to the other women and how your relationship with the actresses who play those characters off stage kind of informs the way you all bring this to life.
Yeah, so I think we all have a really good rapport in the show, right? Because we're all friends in the show. And I'm becoming friends outside of the show, of course, as well. Yeah. So I would think Shelley, she likes to think that she knows everything. So she has that more authoritative kind of vibe over everybody, or at least likes to think, I know this, and I know all these famous people, and she doesn't actually know all these famous people. So that's kind of how that works there. And these are definitely, I think, her friends. She doesn't necessarily have tons of friends outside of it. So that's how she relates there. And then out of the show, we all, it's a comedy. So we have to have fun together in order for it to look natural on stage. So I think we definitely have a lot of fun in rehearsals. And I try to play a little bit more ringleader in rehearsals too, because, it is hard when you're in a show with people you don't necessarily know. I luckily knew one of our cast members, but I didn't know everybody else. So just trying to play that, hey, let's all have fun and do that. It definitely brings it out on the stage too.
Well, audiences have a lot to look forward to with Ladies' Day. We're going to be talking more about it coming up after this short break. Once again, thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. We're talking Ladies' Day presented by Harbinger Theatre. Thank you both for being here, Patrick and Ashley. One thing we haven't talked about yet is the venue. Tell me about where the show's happening and why it is fitting for this play.
We're at the Meader Little Theater, which is on the campus of Sage College in Troy. It's a lovely little space, college theater. It's got a great stadium seating, very comfortable theater. And I think this play is very presentational. Mm-hmm. So it's got plenty of seats. It's nice. It's air conditioned. Which isn't always the case. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So we're very excited to be there. Harbinger does not have a home yet, but this is our 9th venue. And it became available and we kind of grabbed it. And we have a bit of an odd schedule in that the first week we're running Thursday through Sunday. Thursday is our free preview, and then Friday through Sunday. And then the second week we're running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a shortened schedule because of college scheduling or whatever.
Right.
But Yeah. Another thing we have talkbacks, which you
Great.
did so brilliantly.
Oh, thanks.
We're going to struggle without you in this production.
It'll be fine.
Talkbacks are Friday nights. We love to give the audience like an added incentive to come to the show and talk to the actors. And then on Saturday, we're having a Royal Ascot reception before the show. It'll be cucumber sandwiches, strawberries and cream, and just have fun with the Britishness of it all.
That's awesome. You're really bringing people into the atmosphere besides just the performance that they're going to sit down and watch. As you get ready for opening, what are you most looking forward to in terms of like audience reaction to a moment in the play? Like without revealing too much, because you mentioned it's a comedy, so I can imagine you're trying to get laughs.
Yes. I think this is what I'm most excited for people to see. So this is a comedy indeed, but what separates a good comedy from a great comedy is one that has serious moments involved as well, or character growth. And so I'm actually really excited to see people's reactions to not only the comedy and those funny moments, but the moments of seriousness and in following our characters' journeys. Because I just think that's so important because, you can have a funny show, but what makes something more funny is when you have those serious moments to counteract it. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, there are some really life-changing things that happen with the characters.
Mm-hmm, indeed, yeah.
Okay, what does that mean? Can you tell me a little bit more?
Well, the men involved.
Oh, yeah.
There's an affair from years ago that shows up at the track. He's a bookie. There's a jockey who one of the young women takes a shine to, and there's romance involved.
Okay.
We find out some other secrets about the other characters' lives and what's going on with them and maybe why they are the way they are, which is always interesting to find out.
And I can imagine the wardrobe was probably interesting too. We know that track fashion is one of the big reasons that people come out and they go all out with the fascinators and the dresses and the colors. What does your wardrobe look like?
Our hats are fabulous. Mine's the most fabulous, okay? Because Shelley is just
She has
extra.
it going on.
She is so desperately excited to see the famous people, the celebrities, and to be one of them. So she looks fabulous. And everybody else also looks fabulous.
But not as much as her.
Not as much as her.
That's awesome.
Shelley's there to grab attention.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. She thinks she's going to meet Posh and Bex and, and she's going to be discovered by doing an interview with Giuliana Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
She is,
exactly.
She is headed to Hollywood.
This is Shelley's, best case scenario right now.
Right. That's probably why Patrick brought you today.
That's right.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Member of the cast to
Big
represent.
break.
Yes.
So this play, because people don't really know what they're walking into necessarily when they go to see it, do you think that there's something about this show that will surprise them?
Oh, that's a good question.
They've never seen it before.
Well, exactly.
They're going to see the show and go, I don't know why no one else does this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly it. It's just so well done. And this is why the premieres are just so important.
Yeah, it's like Tennessee Williams. And even people who know Tennessee Williams discovered stuff. But people who don't know anything about him, my sister was like, I went home and I Googled him. And that is a heck of a life.
Yeah, you did.
And actually with this, they might even look at the English history behind this thing, the Royal Ascot, the Hull accent. I mean, what is a Hull accent?
Right.
So what was that like for you trying to meet that dialect?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I luckily was actually in Harbinger's production of Maggie May 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that has a York accent already. So I had that Northern England accent, thank goodness, because starting from scratch, oh my gosh. But the whole accent is just even more specific than that, because it's just a little area in upper England area. So it's got that sound when you're saying no. It's not no, it's n. So I actually watched Lucy Beaumont online, and she is a comedian from Hull, and she personifies the whole person, the speech and the dialect there. So I kind of just followed that and just kept watching it over and over. I'd go to sleep watching it so that I was dreaming in Hull, and that worked for me.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, so you're dedicated.
I got a text from our director, Rachel Stewart, while sitting in the parking lot saying she wants to give a glossary of terms to the audience to put into our program so that they know, a little shortcut.
Okay.
Yes, it's very important because there are some things like, are you taking the piss? It's like,
Well,
what is that?
I've heard that one before. That one I do know.
Oh, okay. I
Doesn't
didn't know
that mean
one.
are you joking?
Yes,
Are you
yeah. Wow, but I did not know that, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you know.
Well, okay, so when people see this show, they're going to laugh. There are going to be serious moments. Are they going to cry?
They could.
They could.
Yeah.
It's always possible.
We have a fabulous actor in our cast, Robin Leary, who was in Maggie May with Ashley. She's one of the finest actors in the Capital Region. She is superb. She was in Swing State for Harbinger last November. She can break your heart. And she has a love scene in this play, which I don't think I've ever seen Robin have a love scene. And it's devastating. A mature woman being able to talk about her desires and her fears and her passion. It's an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, one more time, we're going to run down the times and dates for people to see the show. And the Tony Awards are coming up on Sunday, so we're going to have a little fun talking theater. So we'll be right back. Thanks so much for tuning in to Behind the Curtain. Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. I'm joined by Patrick and Ashley. Ladies' Day at Harbinger Theatre. They're performing at the James Meter Little Theatre in Troy, the Russell Sage campus. Remind everyone when they can see this play. I'm going to pull up the website where they can get tickets while you talk about it.
Yeah, it's a free preview next Thursday, June 11th. We run Friday and Saturday nights, June 12th and 13th. We have a matinee on June 14th, the only matinee, 2 p.m. And then we're back Wednesday the 17th through the 19th at 7:30 p.m. at the Meter Little Theatre on the Sage campus in Troy.
All right, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
So we were just talking about how you all will be loading in on Tony Sunday.
Yes.
I'm sure you will have lots of thespians who will be glued to their phones in between the various jobs they're doing at the theater. So I wanted to talk Tonys a little bit. This will be airing after the Tony Awards have happened. So the results will already have come in. So people can go and...
We'll look really smart with our predictions.
Exactly. They'll be able to judge how well we did.
Yeah.
This year with Pink hosting, and that was such a surprise to me because, you're so used to seeing people with like a long history in theater, a long history in Broadway. It was an interesting choice. What do you make of that?
Well, the Oscars frequently go to, like Johnny Carson hosted for years, and then Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal was a movie actor, but for them to reach out and, Pink has a tangential relationship.
Right.
She has 2 songs on Broadway now, one in the jukebox musical Moulin Rouge and one in the jukebox musical Anne Juliet. So,
okay. What song is in Anne Juliet? I'm not that familiar with that show.
Oh, gosh. Was it so
Raise
what?
Your Glass.
I thought Raise Your Glass was
I
Moulin
think-
Rouge.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was.
Okay. Max
Either
Martin.
way.
I just saw
Max
it last
Martin
month.
song.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
So Pink is hosting. We're going to see a lot of presenters that we're familiar with, too. That's always fun. Is there a particular performance from a particular cast you're looking forward to?
Oh, I would love to see a Jellicle Ball.
Yeah.
Cat's Jellicle Ball.
I would love to be
clip.
in that room.
Yeah.
Actually seeing the show.
Yeah.
What about you?
To be honest, I'm not, I'm a theater person, but I didn't know the Tonys were this weekend, so this is bad.
Well, you've got big things going on. You're in
I know,
rehearsals,
yeah.
you're
You
perfecting
know.
your accent, you're a very busy person.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just, watching British accents.
You can live
all
a
the
full
time.
Harbinger life.
There you go.
Exactly.
Without the Tonys.
Harbinger all day, every day. That's
We're all
it.
about local theater here anyway.
Yes.
I recently went to see Just in Time, the Bobby Darin musical with Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah.
It was a Mother's Day present for my mom because
gosh.
she's, Mac the Knife is like her favorite song, and I love to look at Jeremy Jordan and be in close proximity to him.
Who doesn't?
I mean, he's beautiful, and he was fantastic.
Nice.
I don't think there's going to be any representation from that at the Tonys because I feel
That
like
was last year.
that was last year, right?
Yep.
So that's a little disappointing because I know I'm always like a little bit late.
Let's
I'm a
come to
little late
Proctor's
seeing a
next
show.
year.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes. Yeah.
So I'll
Excited
see
to
it a
see
second
that one.
time.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite show that you've seen recently on Broadway or?
I saw Death of a Salesman Wednesday.
Okay, I've been hearing incredible things.
I've seen Death of a Salesman a number of times. This
was the best?
astonishing.
Yeah.
Astonishing. Laurie Metcalf. I don't know how she does it. She has a scene with her two sons where somehow she carries all the love for them, but overriding that is her attachment to her husband.
Right.
And she just cuts them off and says, you boys can leave, you
Yeah.
know, if you can't respect him. And it's just this incredible, powerful, and it just breaks your heart. And
Right. Yeah. I remember there was a little bit of, I don't want to call it controversy, but people were split on the way they were marketing it with that big sign. What does it say outside of
Attention must be paid.
Yeah, attention must be paid. What is the significance?
It's a line in the play.
okay.
Linda Lohman says.
Right.
I don't know what the controversy is about it.
Yeah, I think people just thought it was kind of a drab. I mean, it had just the sign that just said attention
Well,
must be
and
paid.
the car.
Right.
I mean, there are photos of the cast down
yeah,
below,
yeah.
but they've relied heavily on the car. And speaking to this moment in America, there was just a report this week about how liberal arts degrees to get federal grants, that you have to make as much money as, you have to prove your worth after getting your degree. And if you don't, the school gets cut off from federal loans. So it's only about profits, and how much a person is worth. And Willie's line in the play is like, you can't eat the orange and throw away the peel.
Right.
A man is not a piece of fruit. And the car, as a representation and takes center stage, it's one of the biggest things in your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course. I remember watching Death of a Salesman in English class, the original film, forever ago, and it kind of colored my feelings about it because at the time that's just not the kind of movie I wanted to watch. But hearing all of the fanfare around this play.
You know what Death of a Salesman is? It's theater for guys.
Is that why? Yeah.
It's every guy. Every guy will go see that show and say, that's my father. Or
Right.
that's me. I can feel that.
Okay.
And it's a heartbreaking show. It's like guys hide their sniffles.
Right.
Way back in the day, Brian's song was, the film. It's it's permission for guys to cry. And they have no problem going to see that show.
Great. All right. Thank you both so much for coming. A reminder one more time. I know, because I could just, I keep looking down at the time, and I keep wanting to just talk to you about theater. But the good news is this runs every week, so you all can come back anytime, and I'm sure you will. One more time, remind people when the show runs, Ladies' Day.
Yeah, it's Ladies' Day by a brilliant writer, Amanda Whittington. It's running this Thursday, June 11th through June 14th, and then June 17th through June 19th at the Meter Theatre on the Sage campus in Troy.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick and Ashley. You want to show them your mug one more time?
Yes. A little shout out to my company, Janelle Group. I got the mug on TV, guys.
There you go.
Yes, and this is the Harbinger pin.
Okay.
And Happy Pride.
There you go. Yes.
There you go.
Happy Pride. Happy June, everyone. Thanks so much for watching Behind the Curtain. We'll be back next week with another new episode highlighting theater in the Capital Region. And if you have an idea for Behind the Curtain, email me. My email is gbruno@news10.com. Patrick, I know you know my email, and I know you have ideas. So.
We love your support of theater, Giuliana.
Oh, thank you.
You're a godsend.
Love you guys right back. All right. Have a great week, everyone. See you next time.